Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again. Oh my gosh, let's just get straight into the video. We need to talk about Fendi today, but first of all, let me say thank you to one of my subscribers. On the weekend, one of my subscribers said hello to me in a cafe. I was doing some work on Sunday at my favorite place, and you came over and said hello. Thank you so much for saying hi. That was so cool. And if you guys are in TZ, you ever see me walking around, don't worry, just say hello to me. It's very, very nice. It's actually really nice to meet people in real life as well. So that was very cool. Thanks for saying hi. I'm also going to announce the Hermes game winners in my next video. I'm going through your answers at the moment. So without further ado, let's get straight into Fendi. So Fendi have launched a new winter capsule collection. Let's start with that. I'm going to put up some looks on the screen and then I'll just walk you through the capsule collection. I love this capsule collection. This was designed by Kim Jones. Kim Jones. Oh my God. I can't believe I just called him Tim. This was designed by Kim Jones and he did all the ready to wear here. I love this. I think he's doing such a great job at Fendi. I'm just so excited for the house. Like they found the right designer for the ready to wear and the haute couture. I love this. I think it looks just super wintry. It looks warm. This looks like the kind of stuff that you should be wearing when you're going to like your very stylish like luxury cabin in, Verbier, in Switzerland. It just looks so great. This is everything that Coco Neige wasn't. Like Coco Neige wishes that it could look like this. Like I think it's so fab. I think this is my favorite look here. This is like the caramel neutral cord with the bags. I think it has the calligraphy. That's what they call it, like named after Carl. Oh, that's nice. I mean, he was around anyway. He created it. I know that, but I love that they're continuing that. I think that's so cute. I think it's called the calligraphy monogram. I love this cord. I think it's so fab. I know that they choose these like really fantastic looking models to like inspire you to buy their clothes, but I do have a friend who does buy Fendi ready to wear and she has vouched that their pret-a-porter is fantastic. So I definitely would love to jump into that Fendi ready to wear lake because it looks fantastic. So something else that I really like about this winter capsule is they're using a lot of shearling. They also use mink in this capsule as well. I think there's a jacket that's like a reversible mink jacket. There's a lot of shearling. I love autumn and winter because we get to see shearling more and it's just so exciting seeing the way the houses do shearling. I know a lot of people feel like Louis Vuitton's bags can be really naff and tacky, but I actually love the way they use shearling. I love how Fendi uses it as well. Fendi also do have their fur atelier, and I do believe that for this winter capsule, like maybe if you call Fendi or you ask your SA, there should be some info pertaining to the winter pieces basically for the fur atelier for anyone who's interested in real fur, because obviously they use fur and they also use exotics. Okay guys, so now let's go through some of the bags. We're just going to go through some of the bags, but before we do that, let me show you the fashion jewelry. This was actually designed by, I believe this is one of Silvia Venturini's nieces, basically, like another member of the Fendi family. She designed these, and I know that because I've signed up for the Fendi newsletter, and they mentioned her by name and said that this O-lock design is actually by this other member of the Fendi family. They named her and I've forgotten her name now, but I believe she's one of Venturini's nieces. This is interesting. Personally, I do not like when houses do this whole single earring thing. I find it incredibly irritating and annoying. I cannot like explain to you like how irritating and angry it makes me when I see them do this. Okay guys, let's just get straight into it. So let's start off with this first bag. This is the small Fendi First bag in leather, and I believe the leather is nappa leather. It should be lined with fabric. You should see a mixture of currencies. I've tried to collect as many currencies as possible for you guys. Please let me know if that's helpful. This one looks very small to me. Like really, really small. I'm wondering, can you fit your phone in here? And I'm just curious about that. I'm unsure if you can. The medium version of this though, now this is where things get exciting. I feel like the medium version is much more interesting, it's much more vibrant, it's much more exciting. And I also feel like the medium version, it just seems like you can fit way more, like a bunch of stuff in there as well. Something else I wanted to talk to you guys about was this sheepskin bag. I think this is so luxurious. It's made with merino sheepskin. I believe it's also lined with fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think this is just absolutely gorgeous and just, yeah, stunning. It looks I love this kind of pale pink. Pink is my favorite color in general, and I love the entire color palette of pink. But I think this looks so luxurious. It looks absolutely sublime. Perfect for those of you in those like very cold climates, but you want something super luxurious and high end. And of course, Fendi, like Fendi know how to use like shearling and they know how to do shearling. They know how to do sheepskin and exotic super well. But I think this is just absolutely super luxurious. It looks phenomenal. I would 100% buy this, but in the weather here, you would look like a crazy person, okay? Because it's clearly for a colder climate, because obviously it's like the winter capsule, but I think this is beautiful. One of my personal favorites from this collection is this mink, of course, the mink Fendi First bag. This is so cute. You can tell it looks super, super soft. I was on the Louis Vuitton website a few days ago and they had this like mink key ring. It was really, really cute. Mink is just one of those, you know, exotics that it's I feel like it really is like one of the, you know, grand dames of the exotic world. It looks great particularly in clothing like coats and things like that, but mink bags is definitely something that's a little bit new. I have seen some mink bags, mink exotic bags before from other brands, but I just feel like the way Fendi have done this one, I think it just looks, again, just super luxurious, very high end. This is a very expensive piece, but I do think for those of you who like exotics, but like particularly if you like a croc or alligator, but you want to try something else, I think that this is also a good option as well. Fendi are also doing a little bit more in the world of python leather. So they do have these python options, which are also really nice. Whenever I see the sort of true classic python, I always think of Gucci, because Gucci, that's like one of their hallmarks. They do it very well. These ones also look really great. I feel like the darker, the sort of darker chocolate python, that one is like much easier to kind of wear, I think, on a day-to-day basis, obviously, because it's like a chocolate brown. But this this like true python print, which is obviously python leather as well, this one could also be worked into your wardrobe. But like I said, I'm wearing a gray t-shirt here, so maybe if you were to take this one, you could wear it with gray, you could wear it with white, you could wear it with black. You know, you look for the colors within the bag to kind of dictate what you should wear. But I do think that these also look really nice. These are also very expensive, I think, considering that the bags are not really that big. They're quite expensive. I mean, we all know that Fendi is expensive, but going through the Fendi First collection, I was like, okay, there's a lot of stuff here that's extremely expensive. For those of you who would prefer something that, you know, doesn't have like an animal skin, there is this flannel Fendi First. However, when I checked the description, they did say it does have some leather in it a little bit, but it is flannel and it is embroidered. So I saw this as well. This one is extremely expensive, okay? Fendi is trying a few new things with like embroidered bags and canvas bags as well, but you have to just double check. Those of you who want like a plant-based option, you do have to double check, because some of their canvas pieces may have like leather trim, for example. This one is super cute. I just think it's so expensive for a bag that isn't like 100% leather. I do think it's really expensive, but it's also very cute as well. Okay, so just to wrap up what my general thoughts are basically on the bags. When I first saw this collection, the winter capsule, and I saw the bags, I'm really glad that they don't just drop pictures of their bags randomly. I like that they do photo shoots with models. Fendi is very old school in that way, and I appreciate that, because it really helps you to understand the way that items should be styled. The Fendi First bag reminds me of the Shadow Birkin, and that's a good thing. I know the Shadow is very controversial in Hermes world, but I think the Shadow is like one of the only times where we've seen the Birkin looking edgy and fun and fresh and different. And there's something about the structure of the Fendi First bag that reminds me of the Shadow in a good way. The F logo looks like it's melted into like the core of the bag. It literally looks like there's like a volcano and there's like lava has gone all over the F logo and it's like melted into the bag. I do love the way that looks. Do I like this bag? I absolutely like this bag. Do I love that it's in pink? Of course. I can see pinks. It's in neutrals. So it comes in like this like caramel neutral. Comes in also like dark chocolate brown. It comes in this very beautiful light pink, and obviously those different leathers and the exotic pieces as well. I love that it comes in these very softer tones. It's interesting for a winter capsule. They didn't decide to go with a very like, you know, maybe a cliche like winter wonderland kind of vibe, but I love that they didn't, because They know that neutrals are super hot right now. People are really into minimalism. This is a great way to like introduce people who maybe are into minimalism to Fendi. So you can introduce Fendi to them, but you can do it with that whole minimalist background and that minimalist foundation. This is a very minimalistic capsule collection. It's also a very minimalistic bag. Everything about this bag says, even though you can see it's an F logo, we can see it's an F logo. If you're watching this video, you like luxury items, you know it's F for Fendi. But you could take this bag to like other places and people could easily not know that that is a Fendi bag. So for those of you who aren't really like crazy about logos, you're kind of tired, you know, dealing with the whole issue of logos, I do think that this bag is really cute. The cons of this bag and this collection, of course, the price. I do think Fendi is very, very expensive for what you get. I think Fendi makes high quality products and they make beautiful products, you know, there's no doubt about it. It is really expensive though, so I do think you have to kind of factor that into your purchases. I personally like this house. I want to jump more into like ready to wear, fashion jewelry, fine jewelry. So when I was looking at the clothing is also super expensive. There was like a mohair skirt and it was like 1,000 something like US dollars. It was super expensive. The F, I was going to say F for Fendi. That's not correct. The Fendi First shoes are very cool. They remind me of those YSL heels, but they look like a much better executed version of the YSL heels that have the logo. Those shoes look great. They look very uncomfortable. These ones actually look super comfortable, to be fair. So I have to say I am a fan of these ones as well. I'm curious to know if anyone wants to purchase these shoes. What do you think of these shoes? Do you think that they're worth it? I think they're fab, but I'm just curious, like, I think they look better than the YSL shoes, but I'm curious if they're as, like, would they be comfortable? Yes or no? So ultimately, I like this collection. I love seeing the direction that Fendi's going in. I think Fendi always kind of do their own thing. I've said this to you guys before, and a lot of you were shocked when I mentioned it in one of my previous videos, but Fendi is second only to Dior when it comes to the fashion department in LVMH. So it's Louis Vuitton in terms of like revenue and like sheer impact and success. It's like Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, and then Fendi. So Fendi is no slouch, and they are, you know, they're putting numbers on the scoreboard, okay? In the stadium, they're putting numbers on the scoreboard. So very curious to know what you guys think of this entire collection. Will you be purchasing? Do you like it? I absolutely would buy the mink bag in a minute if I was living in Europe, or if I could get someone to hand deliver it to me here in Tanzania. I know I just said, oh, but you just said you wouldn't buy the sheepskin one. I feel like mink is different and wouldn't look as weird here, whereas I feel like sheepskin would just make me look a bit strange. Like, it's proper hot. Like, why are you wearing, why do you have a sheepskin bag, you know? But I think that their products are just, yes, very, very high-end, very amazing, but very expensive. What are your thoughts on the fact that one of the Fendi heirs has now designed her own fashion jewelry collection? Do you like it? Is it nepotism? Let's have that discussion, okay? I can't wait to see those comments. I personally don't think it's nepotism. I really like the way these Italian houses try and involve everyone in the family business. And personally, I like the idea of someone who's an heir, who's like working. I think that's fantastic. So, I mean, if she's like getting involved in the business and she's creating product that people want to purchase, and people will absolutely buy these, there's no question about it. But I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think it's nepotism? I mean, I personally don't think it's nepotism if it's something that's like your birthright, like you were born into that family, but you are working towards it. But I'd love to know what you think. Just before I go, I want to talk to you guys about something that I saw on the Real Housewives of Potomac. It's connected to luxury, so just bear with me. So you don't need to watch the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'll just give you a quick summary and I'll link the video in the description below so you can check it out. And everything, by the way, is linked below as usual. So there is this housewife called Wendy on the Real Housewives of Potomac. She is a professor. She's got a PhD. She's very, very like accomplished. And so in this like new series, she actually like got her chest done. I can't say the B word now on YouTube. I'm not trying to get striked. She got her chest done, and she told the other housewives like she also had like a few other bits and pieces tweaked. That's what she said. She had some bits tweaked, but she wouldn't tell them what other work that she had done. But she did imply she had other work done. So in this episode that just happened, two of the other housewives, Giselle and Robin, were kind of going in on her. They were saying like they felt like she changed and she was being very SEXY. Okay, that's what they said. and they felt like that was like really inappropriate or something. They were just kind of making her feel bad for like kind of owning her beauty and the fact that she felt super confident. So she did get her bust done again. She had those other tweaks and she looks phenomenal, by the way. I believe in the clip as well, she was like wearing Versace, like she, you know, was feeling super confident and like feeling great about herself, and they were like trying to bring her down, okay? And this just reminded me so much as well about like how people bring down people who like luxury. So to this housewife, she said that she had had a baby and she was like 2 months after giving birth, and she wanted to feel confident, and she was like, you know, 2 months after having a baby, like I wanted to have these things done, you know, and like, you know, why are you pressing me, like why are you trying to check me, you know? And the other two housewives, I just kind of felt like they're jealous of her, like they're trying to bring her down, okay? Because they didn't want her to do something nice for herself, and they didn't want her to be like the best version of herself. You will see one of my comments. I commented on that video. You will see it if you click through the video. I did comment, and my comment was like, people are happy for you until you start doing better than them. And by that, what I mean is, as the moment you, and this can be anything, it doesn't need to be a superficial thing like going to get work done or losing tons of weight or whatever, but the moment you like do something for yourself and you start like improving yourself, some people in your life who you think have always been there, been happy for you, they were happy for you when you were like the other version of yourself. The moment you start like improving yourself, all of a sudden people have comments and opinions, you know, and all of a sudden they want to tell you like what they think and everything. So I just thought it was so interesting. They just seem so jealous of her and so pressed. And then on the other hand, I've seen so many videos about Birkins and, oh, people are just buying this because they want to show that I'm rich, they're rich and this and that. And I would never, you know, buy this bag because it's too much money. It's like, well, but you're not, frankly, like, you're not interested in the bag. So, I mean, what does it matter if someone's like spending money that they have, that's rightfully theirs, on something that they like? And then I realized like a lot of this is just about like people just being super judgmental about people wanting more for themselves. You might think that buying a Birkin is like a waste of money, but maybe to that person, that Birkin means something. Maybe it means a milestone in their career. Maybe it means a milestone in their personal life, and it makes them happy. Why can't we just support people being happy? So back to the housewife, just to finish my point. So basically, she was just like, at the end of the day, I define what makes me SEXY, you know what I'm trying to say, I can't say the word, but I define that, no one else does. And I love when she said that. And this reminded me of like a personal experience I had many moons ago when I was a young lamb, okay? Because I'm 35 now, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I remember I had this friend, I was launching this new business, I was super excited about it. This was years ago, by the way. And she was like, what are you doing to promote the business? I was like, oh, I'm going to do a photo shoot. We're going to do this photo shoot. I was so excited about it. And, you know, I was like telling her about it. I'm like super excited, thinking she's like happy for me. And then she was like, oh, what else is going to be in the photo shoot? So I was telling her we were going to have a stylist. Someone was going to come and style me and everything. I was paying for the whole photo shoot. Nothing here was free. It was like everyone was going to be paid for their time. And then she was like, well, why do you need a stylist? And I was like, well, why not? I want to look nice for the pictures, and this is for the business launch. And she's like, you know, I just kind of feel like, you know, she just kind of felt like I was like being a diva and like I didn't need to have a stylist and I was doing a bit too much. And I was like, well, I'm trying to like, you know, be the best version of myself, and I'm trying to launch like this business, and I want it to be successful, and I want to, you know, present the right image. And she was just like, you know, she was so dismissive about something that I was doing, which granted was a business thing, wasn't necessarily personal, but like she was so dismissive about it. After that, I stopped telling my friends like what's going on in my business. Like I don't talk to my business, I don't talk about my business to like my friends and stuff. So even if I have like a massive win at the office, I always keep it private. I don't even talk about it here on the channel because that's not the scope of the channel. If I had a business channel, I'd talk about it obviously. But I stopped talking about it because I realized like, whoa, like people really will like kind of try and, you know, crush you down to keep you stagnant in one place. I am doing something because I'm launching this new business. I'm so excited. I'm paying for everything myself with my, you know, my businesswoman money. And instead of like being happy for me, she just had to say something to like bring me down. And she was like making me second guess like why I was going to get a stylist and stuff. Luckily, I didn't listen to her, kept it moving. So you kind of get my point. My point being is that if you are watching this channel and you like beautiful things and you're working hard for it, even if you're not, okay? Even if you're receiving them as gifts or you're an heir and you've inherited money, Each and every one of you's purchases and decisions to make yourself happy are valid, and no one has the right to try and check you on that. And I'm sorry, no one does, you know. And I wanted to correct what I said there. I don't feel like someone needs to work really hard to purchase something. We're not talking about like stealing money to like buy bags or anything like that. If you have inherited money, you're purchasing it because, you know, your partner or your spouse is Gucci with that, or if you're spending your own money, enjoy things that you have because they're yours. And don't let anyone kind of put you down and make you feel like you can't have things that you want. I just thought it was so crazy the way they were speaking to this woman. Just check it out in the description below. It's completely outrageous, their tone. And I wish if I was sitting in a Versace dress and you try and check me about looking good, I'm gonna clap back so fast. Okay, you're gonna be permanently clapped in the chair. That's how fast I'm gonna clap back. So I just wanted to like share that with you guys, get your opinion on it and stuff. Even if you don't watch the clip, I feel like I've explained it well enough. I'd love to know what you guys think. And also, guys, what do you guys think about like the Birkin chatter outside of the luxury community? It's like I didn't comment on any of those videos. I was just watching them, like kind of watching and trying to see like. People really do. Some people also kind of like misunderstand and think that Cardi B is the reason why Birkins are so talked about. It's like, people been talking about these bags, okay? We've been talking about them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you on Thursday in my next video.